just wild. It's a really good team. To play without Marcus that much, the way things started, the way they went in half, all the above. I mean, our guys just kept fighting. I probably got distracted there for a bit and got too worried about some other things, and the guys just kept playing and made plays and just kept working. And I mean, we did talk a little bit. That's Lake State's fourth road game in a row. That second half on those trips is tough, and our guys just kept battling and kept defending. Made them earn everything, and I thought at the second half we did a better job with our defensive scout. Credit to Lake State, they made a lot of plays in the first half, but they got to some places and some players got to do some things that we were trying to take away in the second half. We made them get out of their comfort zone a little bit more, and obviously they were still scoring relatively well, but it wasn't as comfortable for them.
Marcus, no field goals on Thursday. He only has 7 points today. Fouls out, yet you still find a way to win both games. What does that mean about, what does that say about this group, that it's so deep that it can survive him not being on the floor?
I mean, the Thursday one we talked about, he was so good at everything else and creating for other people. Tonight with him out on the floor, that just shows a lot about our team. You know what I mean? That they can pick it up when he's out, and it was unfortunate that he didn't get to play all that much, but he had a tough night. And I mean, he's beat up right now. He's barely practicing. He can barely walk the days between games. And he's out there giving it everything he has. And honestly, today, Hobbs just kind of stepped into the mark role a little bit down the stretch, and I'm really happy for Hobbs. I mean, it's senior night, and he was just spectacular, and not just the made shots and some of the plays, but the effort stuff at the end. I mean, that loose ball, he got out to Nate. I mean, the shot was obviously fortunate to get a good roll, but I mean, that saves a shot clock there. Just getting it on the rim gives you a chance at an offensive rebound and whatnot, and obviously we're fortunate enough that it went, but just hustle plays like that were awesome.
How much fun was it for you as Adam's coach to see him hit 3 after 3 right in front of the bench there and really help pull you guys back in the game?
It's so rewarding because, I mean, the one thing Hobbs is, I mean, he's been a super Husky for 5 years, and there's been a lot of highs and a lot of lows, and it's tough because I know how much he cares, and there's times when he wasn't playing well and times when he's starting and we're not starting him, and you know what, he's just always wanted to do what's best for the team, and to see him rewarded in a game like this on senior day is awesome. He'll be missed here, and I mean, I'm just really happy for him. I mean, all the work he's put in the last 5 years, to be rewarded on a day like today is sweet.
With a win like this, the way you guys battled back, how does this help prepare you for, Northern coming up here and then playoffs coming up beyond that?
I mean, I hope it gives you some confidence. I mean, we got one more game in the gym for sure. And I hope all these guys have confidence that we can shoot here. I mean, our whole team makes shots when we're in our gym, and that's why it's so much easier to be balanced too. But I hope they understand the defensive part of it. I mean, Terry and Gabe, Nate, Dawson, those guys were just working down the stretch and making it hard. And I mean, there's no easy ones left on our schedule. I told the guys after, I mean, I want you to enjoy it and celebrate a little bit, but it's Northern Week. We need to be thinking about that right away because that's not going to be an easy one.
Matt picks up 2 big threes again in the first half for the second straight game. They're not putting you ahead at that point, but
it keeps you in it. Yeah. It keeps you in it. I mean, obviously at 14, I mean, we're getting into that double digits. If you don't make those threes, I mean, it starts stretching to 20. You're not going to be able to come back. So no, those baskets are huge early. That's the spark we need off the guys on the bench, and that's awesome.
And certainly Nate hitting that 3, yeah, it wasn't the cleanest one, but at that point in time to get that one to drop, it's huge, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, 9 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 0 turnovers, 1 steal, and guarding their primary ball handlers the whole game. I mean, Nate just works. I don't know if that's basketball karma, what that is when a shot like that falls for a guy that Thursday didn't take a single field goal, but guarded his butt off, and he guarded his butt off both days. So that part's awesome.
You kind of already mentioned it, but with Northern coming up this week, you don't have a lot of time to celebrate this one, but you're still undefeated in this gym, and that's got to be a good feeling, right?
100%. And it's weird. Northern, I don't know what they're doing today. Northern's been playing really good. They switched their lineup. They're bigger. They're older. They're tough. They're really guarding at a high level. And secondly, we shot the lights out to start down there. That game, for both teams, I don't think ever really got to see what a Tech Northern game is going to look like. It was, I don't want to say it's a fluke because we have the ability to do that to some people with how well we can shoot it, but how the game is normally going to play out, we didn't really get to see that just because of the big lead early, and obviously he's going to try some things differently than they originally were going to try. It's a rivalry game, and it's going to be a battle on Thursday.
I was just wondering about Marcus. 7 points, I think it was in the first half, and then 0 for 4 on threes. Just Lake State, is there anything you identified that they were doing to kind of shut you guys down, particularly in that first half?
I mean, for one, we didn't execute our stuff. It felt like a couple guys got sped up. They switch everything. They're very physical when you're cutting and holding and doing some things. But we were sped up. And I think he really wanted to get going and maybe forced a few things early. And when other guys aren't executing or spaced like we want either, sometimes it's hard for him to facilitate too. And just as a whole, we weren't executing at the level we needed to and weren't spaced enough. And I mean, Soma does a good job on them. Then Soper was doing a good job on them. No, I mean, they're long, they're athletic, they're physical, they're old. They made them work, and they didn't give him anything easy to get him going too. So every shot, even the ones he made, were pretty tough shots, and that's kind of a recipe a little bit.
And then when Marcus does go out of the game, is there any way you feel like maybe his leadership still kind of influences the team, anything like that? Do you feel like...
Absolutely. I mean, I could just hear him cheering there, and he was as happy as everybody else and going on his teammates. And it's not that sometimes guys feel a little more empowered when he's not out there. I mean, early in the year, our second group was kind of expanding some leads for us when we were fully healthy. And it's not that Marcus is selfish. It's just everybody trusts Marcus so much that there's an element when he's out there, everybody's looking for him. And it's easier for guys like Hobbs and Dodge and Nate and Josh to hunt their shots a little bit more when Marcus isn't in there, just because somebody has to. I'm oversimplifying it, but no,